What's happening, guys? I want to do a quick video on right shoulder pain during bench press. And this is some stuff inspired by Bill Hartman out of iFast and also Zach Couples as well. Obviously, those guys are infinitely more knowledgeable about this stuff, but hopefully I can break it down for you more layman's terms so that you can benefit from this. When we're talking about bench press pain, most of the time this manifests on the way down, or obviously from the way up, as we get into that deep end range of motion of internal rotation and shoulder extension. So we're gonna get either some impingement or some funkiness through the front of the shoulder joint, kind of in that biceps tendon area, or it might manifest in the back of the shoulder. And the reason this is because if our right rib cage is tipped back, right abs on, right shoulders tipped back, right rib cage is tipped back, what's gonna happen to compensate so that we're not walking this way is that my right shoulder is gonna tip forward. That's gonna turn me into internal rotation. And what's gonna happen is that now my internal rotation is gonna be limited because I'm stuck here. We need to actually reset the position first in order for us to gain extension and internal rotation. So the compensatory factors that are going on here is that right rib cage tips back, right shoulder tips forward, your shoulder blade tips forward. That lengthens out that lower trap muscle, so it makes it harder for you to anchor your shoulder blade. And now we're dealing with all sorts of funkiness through the front and potentially through the back of the shoulder joint. First off, rule out any structural damages. So if you've been having horrible shoulder pain through the front, through the side, and you haven't seen a practitioner, a licensed health practitioner, whether it's a ortho, whether it's a PT, a chiro, you better get checked out if it's been over 2 weeks and there's no alleviation of symptoms. Sorry, I'm sweating pretty profusely here. This is something that inspired me in the middle of my workout. What's gonna help alleviate your symptoms if we've ruled out structural issues, labral tears, all sorts of biceps tears, all that tendinopathy, all those kinds of things, rotator cuff. If you've ruled out those things, even if you've already been diagnosed with those things, we're not trying to treat the symptoms, we're trying to treat the underlying problem. And the first thing we talked about was my rib cage being tipped back, right? We're doing that wheelie on the way back and our abs are on this side. So what we wanna do is we wanna tip our rib cage forward so that our shoulder blade can come back. To facilitate that, we're gonna reach. So we're gonna go to a 90-90 position up on the wall, and we're gonna do a right hand reach so that our ribs tuck back, but my upper trunk can rotate back to that neutral position. So let's check this out. Okay guys, so I've purposely taken off my shirt here to show off how shredded I am, but also to show you exactly what's going on here. So I'm gonna have my feet flat on the wall, toes pointed straight up, knees at 90, shins at 90. That's gonna kind of take out that extension from my lower back. So it's gonna make it easier for me to feel glutes and hamstrings and take that arch away from my lower back. Now again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to allow the ribs to drop back and in, but that does not mean that we're crunching. We're not using these rectus muscles. That's not gonna help us. What we wanna do instead is we're gonna breathe in through our nose, and then I'm gonna reach. That drops my ribs back and in, but allows this expansion here. So I'm gonna breathe in again. I'm gonna breathe all the way out on this one. Breathe in and out. You'll see that the trunk is rotating forward, but that's gonna allow my shoulder now to tip back, and that's gonna get my right lower trap involved, and it's gonna free up this extended position and internally rotated position. So give this a shot. If you have any issues with that, please contact me, flockfitness.com. You can shoot me an email, Sean@flockfitness.com, for any programming advice or any other helpful tips. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, hit that subscribe button down below. If you learned something or you liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up as well. I'm Sean LaFlock of Flock Fitness. We'll see you next time. Have an awesome day.